Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down Ritika's completely free, highly automated workflow for generating cinematic AI videos right from scratch. If you've been wanting to dive into AI video without spending hours pulling your hair out over endless trial and error, you are in exactly the right place. Let's jump right into it.
So how do you keep an AI character looking exactly the same in every single scene? It's kind of the ultimate creator question, isn't it? If you've ever messed around with AI image or video generation, you know that consistency is literally the hardest part. You get this amazing character in shot 1, and by shot 2, they look like a totally different person. Fixing that exact problem is what we're solving today. Because what we're looking at here is a complete paradigm shift. On the left, you've got the old way, manual prompting. It's frustrating, you're wasting hours tweaking adjectives, and your characters are still all over the place. But on the right, we have the new method, using a custom master tool. It's incredibly fast, it handles the heavy lifting, and most importantly, it guarantees 100% consistent characters. We're taking the chaos out of the process.
Here is our roadmap. We'll start with the automated workflow itself, then look at story and character setup. After that, we'll dive into generating scene image prompts, creating those consistent static images, and finally, we'll animate them into video. All right, step 1, the automated video workflow. Time to introduce the brains of the whole operation.
Think of this master tool not just as a standard generator, but as your own personal project assistant. It handles 4 distinct functions, so you don't have to write a single manual prompt. First, it generates your whole story. Next, it defines the exact look of your character. Then, it breaks the story down into scenes with precise image prompts. And finally, it creates the specific code you need to convert those images into lip-synced video. And here is the craziest part. This workflow automates 80% of the entire video making process. 80%! By removing all that friction and constant guesswork, it makes professional cinematic creation incredibly structured and accessible to basically anyone. Moving right along to step 2, story and character setup. This is where we build our foundation. The master tool is super versatile right out of the gate. You actually have 3 ways to feed it info. Number 1, direct input. If you've got a brilliant idea, just type it in. Number 2, paste a YouTube link, and the tool will analyze and mimic that specific channel's storytelling style. Or number 3, from scratch. If you're staring at a blank screen with 0 ideas, it'll just ask you a few simple questions to get going. If you do go the from scratch route, you just set 3 quick parameters. Theme, we'll go with the mystery for today. Style, let's do Disney Pixar. And duration, we'll keep it tight at 30 seconds. Based on just those 3 quick answers, boom, it instantly generates a fully tailored story script. And right out of that script, our main character is born. Meet Leo, our anchor case study for The Explainer today. He's an 8-year-old boy in a Disney Pixar mystery. But the tool goes a way further than just naming him. It permanently locks in his specific skin tone, his hair color, and his exact clothing right here. That baseline definition is going to be our absolute secret weapon for the rest of the project. Which leads us perfectly into section 3, generating scene image prompts. We're turning that written script into a visual storyboard. The tool actually does the math for you. Since we picked a 30-second duration, it automatically calculates the pacing and breaks the script down into 4 distinct scenes. If you wanted 5 minutes, it would seamlessly adapt and create the right amount of scenes for that too. Now, pay close attention here, because this is absolutely crucial. When the tool writes out the image prompts for those 4 scenes, it automatically embeds Leo's exact physical traits, the ones we just locked in, into every single prompt. You never have to type out 8-year-old boy with brown hair ever again. The AI hard-codes his data into every single scene, setting the perfect groundwork for 100% consistency. All right, section 4, creating consistent images. Let's actually generate these shots.
For this, we're jumping over to Google's Flow AI. It's an incredibly powerful platform, and the steps are super simple. Open it up, select your 16:9 aspect ratio for that widescreen look, and pick your model. You've got great options like Nano, Banana 2 Pro, or Imagine 4. Then, simply paste the Scene 1 prompt the master tool gave you right in there to get your first image.
Okay, listen closely, because this is the pro creator secret. This is how you guarantee absolute consistency. When you move to Scene 2, do not just paste the text prompt. Click the plus sign in Flow AI and upload the actual image you just generated for Scene 1. By feeding the AI that previous image as a direct visual reference, you force it to lock in Leo's face and clothes flawlessly. Repeat that trick for every scene, and you've got a perfect storyboard.
And now for the final, most magical phase, Section 5, animating images into video. It's time to make Leo talk.
We're going to use something called JSON prompts for this. Now, if you're not a programmer, the word code might sound a little scary, but honestly, don't worry about it at all. JSON is just a set of instructions that tells Flow AI exactly how to animate the image, what dialogue to say, and how to sync the lips perfectly. The best part? The master tool writes every single line of this code for you.
So execution is a breeze. Head back to Flow AI, paste that JSON code, use the plus sign to upload your perfect scene image, make sure it's set to landscape video, and choose the Vivo 3.1 Lite model. The source material highly recommends that specific model for really fast, high-quality lip syncing. Hit enter, and your static image transforms into a breathing, talking, cinematic shot.
And let's quickly talk economics, because I did promise you this was a free workflow. Flow AI gives you 150 free credits, and they refresh every single day. Generating one of these lip-synced videos using the Vivo 3.1 Lite model costs just 20 credits. So you can easily generate all the scene clips for a standard project entirely for free, day after day, without ever hitting a paywall. Wrapping up the whole project is super straightforward. You can actually upscale the resolution directly in Flow AI for a really crisp look. Then download the files for free. Finally, drop your 4 scene clips into any video editor you like, Filmora, VN, Clipchamp, whatever works for you. Stitch them together on the timeline and boom, you have a fully consistent long-form AI sequence. I really love this adapted quote from our source material today. People say AI is difficult, but with the right workflow, it's entirely possible. And honestly, that hits the nail on the head. AI generation only feels difficult and chaotic when you don't have structure. When you let an automated tool handle the heavy lifting, it all becomes so much easier. So, having seen how incredibly logical and accessible this 80% automated workflow truly is, I've got one final question for you. What kind of cinematic story are you going to generate first? A sci-fi short? A mystery? The tools are out there, they're completely free, and now you have the blueprint. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and have fun creating.